Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, boys and girls. Happy voting day. Today is election day. Did you know that? Did you get to go with your parent to cast their vote? Oh, I hope that you were able to and experience this, boys and girls. Now, I have another story to share with you guys. Remember, all this week, all of the books that I will be sharing are books that I haven't read before, but they were recommended to me. Now, this is a book called Drawn Together by Ming Lee. And this is a book that I can relate to because in this story, there's a little boy who goes and stays with or visits his grandfather, but his grandfather only speaks Vietnamese, so they can't communicate at all. But through drawing, they find that they can communicate. Very similar to my kids' experience in that when they go visit their grandparents, it's really hard for them to communicate because their grandparents all speak Hmong and they can't speak Hmong. So if you can relate to this story and would like to read more about it, try to see if you can check out this book on Sora or at your Fresno County Library. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Vang, and I'm so excited to have you here so that we can learn our letters and our sounds. And don't forget, boys and girls, if you have a book that you want me to recommend to other boys and girls, don't forget to send me a letter recommending the book that you want me to share. Or if you just want to write me a letter to share what you're learning right now, I will love to read it. And if you do, I'm going to send you one of these activity books. So don't forget, boys and girls, when you send me a letter, don't forget to include your address so I can send you one of these activity books for you to have fun with. Awesome? Awesome. So let's get started, boys and girls. We have a lot of learning to do to make our brains strong. So we'll start with our high-frequency words. Now remember, high-frequency words are words that we see most frequently when we are reading. So it's important to know them automatically. And that means just like that, as fast as we say our name, so that we can save all that brain power for those longer words in second grade. So are you ready? Awesome. Now I want you to help me read and spell them. All week, we have 10 words, but we're going to focus on 2 a day. Ready? Okay, so my first word is far. Can you help me read it? Far. Awesome. Help me spell it. F-A-R, far. Good job, boys and girls. My next word is leaves. Help me read it. Leaves. Help me spell it. L-E-A-V-E-S, leaves. And leaves is the plural form of leaf, right? One leaf, many leaves. Good job, boys and girls. Now, I have 2 sentences for us. Help me try to figure out which one of these words will go into the sentence so that it will make sense. Ready? Let's get started. Help me read the first sentence. The first sentence says, we do not have blank to walk. Help me read the second sentence. In the fall, the are orange and yellow. Now, if I'm using my context clues to help me, if I'm looking at the second sentence and it's the fall, and I see that there's something that's orange and yellow, I think the word is leaves. What do you think? Let's read it and see if it makes sense. In the fall, the leaves are orange and yellow. Yes, that does make sense. So that must mean far goes with the first sentence. Let's double check it. Ready? We do not have far to walk. Yes, that does make sense. Good job, boys and girls. Now, let's practice reading all of our high frequency words, and we'll start with the 2 that we learned today. Ready? Far, leaves, orange, flower, grow, light, field, ready, bird, and until. Good job, boys and girls. All week we will be practicing our high frequency words. But now it's time to train our ears. So get your listening ears, turn them up, because I have a fun game for us. We're going to play a game called What's My New Word? And this is where I'm going to say a word and I'm going to substitute out a sound for a new sound. But I'm going to make it harder this week. I'm going to change out the last sound. Okay? And you have to tell me what my new word is. Ready? Okay, let's see if you guys can do this. If I said s, t, r, str, k, struck. What's my word? Struck. And if I take out the k and put in a t, what's my new one? What's my new word? Strut. Strut. You see how I went from struck to strut? That was a hard one, I know. We will practice. Okay, let's do this word. Let's see if you guys can substitute the sound out. Ready? What if I said sp, o, sp, o, at, splat. What is it? Splat. What if I change the t to a sh? What's my new word? Splash. What is it? Splash. Good job, boys and girls. That's hard when you have to change the sound at the end. Okay, last one. Ready? Throat. Throat. What is it? Throat. Now, what if I change the oat? It's a tricky one. I'm going to change it to own. Changing the vowel and the last sound. Own. What is it? Throne. Was that a tricky one? Oh, you guys are getting so smart, boys and girls. Good job. Now, let's go and practice our sound of the week. Remember, all week this week, we are practicing the 3-letter blends. And remember, they are called blends because they each make their own sounds and we just blend them really fast, except for there are some, like the S. Let me get my finger to help point. The SH is a digraph and that makes one sound. And the TH again is a digraph and that makes one sound, but we're gonna add it with the R. Ready? So let's practice. SCR says skr. SPR says spr. STR says str. SPL says spl. SHR says shr. THR says thr. So now let's practice blending some of my letters together. Ready? Remember, THR says thr. Ash. What is this word? Thrash. Good job. Let's practice blending these letters. Ready? SPL says spl, spl, int. What is it? Splint. Good job, boys and girls. Now, what if I wanted to build a word? Let's build the word strike. Help me sound it out. Strike. What's the blend that you hear for stir? Stir. Which one is it? STR. Good job. I. What sound is that? That's my long vowel sound. I. Good. Strike. What sound is that? It's a k, and it could either be the C or the K, but in this word, it's a K. Strike. And remember, in order for that long vowel to say I, what do we need at the end? You're right. Good job. We need that silent E. Strike. So let's spell it now. STRIKE. Strike. Good job, boys and girls. Now, let's practice reading words with 3-letter blends. Ready? Let's see. I did it underline them for you today. Let's see if you guys can help me read it. Ready? Shrink. drink, good, thrown, splash, stretch, sprint, shred, scratch, struck, thread. Good job. Help me read the sentence. Ready? It is a thrill to splash in the lake. Good reading, boys and girls. Now, let's practice our sentence dictation. I'm going to say a sentence. I want you to write it and then we'll check it. Ready? Here's my sentence. I like to stretch my legs. 6 words. Ready? I like to stretch my legs. 6 words. Ready? Start with I. Good. Like to. Now here's my longer word. Stretch. Here's my stretch. And remember that rule we learned last week? If it's a ch at the end and there's a short vowel, then it's a TCH. Stretch. Good. I like to stretch my legs. What do I need at the end? A period. Good job, boys and girls. I like to stretch my legs. Awesome job. Now, let's go into our structural analysis. So this week, we're going to be learning all about compound words. Now, remember, a compound word is 2 short words, and we just put them together. And boys and girls, it's important to know what a compound word is because identifying the 2 smaller words will help you make meaning in the word. So when you're reading, you'll understand what that word means so that it will make sense. So here's some example. So if I have the word flower and pot, we put it together, it's flower pot, right? Star and fish, starfish. Cup and cake, cupcake. So I have some that practice for us. So it says circle each compound word, write the 2 smaller words that make it up. So let's look at number 1. Here are my choices, beaches and backpack. Which one is a compound word? Good, backpack. What 2 small words make up backpack? Back and pack. Back and pack. Good job. Let's look at the second one. Wishbone or wonder. Which one is the compound word? Oh, I hear you. Wishbone. What 2 small words make wishbone? Wish and bone. Good job, boys and girls. Now, all week we're going to continue practicing learning, boys and girls. So remember, if things get too hard, what do we say? We just tell ourselves, I can do it. I am awesome. And I am smart, because you are, boys and girls. So have a good day learning with your teacher today, and I'll see you back here at our PBS classroom tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.